beam you out of this place, or whether it's to death, which is actually deliverance as well. Because it says in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, that they're going to be the first to rise up and to go into those chariots. They're going to be the first ones to meet the Lord in the air, you know, and it's coming. So, you know, in the hour of temptation, in the hour of tribulation, in that time of trouble, you know, the ones that don't take the chip, even if you're being put to death, you know, even if you get beheaded, you're still going to be safe, man. You got to have that much faith that the Lord is able to resurrect your ass up the same way that he resurrected Yahushua. You know, that's ultimate faith, man. Yahushua didn't waver. I mean, even though he became fearful in that flesh, began to tempt him, but he still went through with it, believing upon the Most High. The Most High was able to raise him up. That's the same kind of faith that we have to implement.
That's right.
I just read that the other day with Stephen when he got stoned to death. He took it like a man. Still, he died in his belief.
The scriptures say he fell asleep, man. You won't know. The Most High may put a calm on your body, you know, to the point where you're not even panicked. You're not even frantic. You know, you just be like, okay, well, to hell with it, man. Put me to death. You got to be of that spirit and that mind state that you're willing to die for this. You got to be in the spirit and the mind state of the brothers and the mother in the book of 2nd Maccabees, the 7th chapter, man. You know, were you willing to be put unto death instead of receiving that mark? Because back then they were tempted with pork, but now during this time you're gonna be tempted with taking the mark of the beast. But the Lord will save you, man. All you got to do is have trust.
I'm gonna say this real quick. This is from a rapper. If y'all know about Immortal Technique. He said something in one of his songs. It's one of my favorite quotes. He said, the purpose of life is a life with a purpose, so I'd rather die for a cause than live a life that is worthless. All right, so it's better to die for this truth than to be out here living for nothing.
Okay, Revelation 20:4. And I saw the thrones that sat upon them, and the judgment was given to them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received his mark upon their foreheads, or in their hands. They lived and reigned with Yahushua, Lord the Messiah, for 1,000 years. But the rest,
yeah, the ones that didn't take that mark and they were beheaded, they were delivered. You know, that's a quick deliverance right there. They were right on those cherries, man. So you're gonna be delivered up before the councils of Esau, and they're gonna try to persuade you to take the chip. And guess what? You're gonna be coming out of the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, rebuking and speaking against them. And you know what? They're gonna say, okay, well, you know, he doesn't want to take it, so we're gonna behead him. You know, America didn't order you know, all of those guillotines from South Korea for no reason, man. You know, they ordered them for a reason.
This is Revelation, what I was going by. This is Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
And that hour of temptation is when they're implementing the mark of the beast.
Because thou hast kept the word of my faith. So the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Because in that when that time comes, the Most High is going to have you, the ones that he's calling the elect, and the election of the election, which is basically the 1/3 plus the which is the 1/3, which is the 144, which is part of the 1/3. You know.
Hey, can I say this too? The hour of temptation, when you're tempted, meaning, am I going to do this? Or am I not going to do it? Meaning, you have some type of choice. And according to Esau, some of us are going to be beheaded for not taking it. But if you're saying that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, then you also got to break down what is the mark of temptation. What are we going to be put in front of us where we're going to be tempted to, are we going to do this or not? You know, because it can't be Christianity, because we already like brother said, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, atheists, we all came out of that. You know, so what would the outward temptation? What's going to try the whole world? You know, because it's the mark of the beast that said to be put on all men. You know, rich or young, or small, old, great, small.
This is Revelation 16, and I started 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seventh angel, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. Verse 2, it says, and the first went and poured out his vials on the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So that's basically pertaining to these niggas out here who's out in Wisconsin, who's getting chipped up, who's gonna think it's one of the biggest things, but they're gonna make it, they're gonna drive it to the point where you're gonna have to take this thing. It's too much rampant, too much fraud rampant. They're gonna put that chip in your hand. Now that chip, it don't matter if you're an Edomite, a so-called white person, you can take it all day.
Or another nation.
Or another nation. Right. We don't care about that. We talking to the Israelites. The ones who foreparents were put on those slave ships. Those are not African slaves. Those are Israelites that came over from that transatlantic slave ship. That's who that was. You know? So it's basically what's going to happen is when our people take that, you just mark yourself. You exempt yourself. Because that chip is real, and that chip is being distributed in Wisconsin. And at a job center. It's right there. It's right in your face. Go ahead, bro.
Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time Michael shall stand up, and the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
So it's been many wars. It's been many controversies on the earth. There's been really many rumors of wars. There's been many battles. But this is going to be something different compared to what has ever been seen on the earth. This is going to be they ain't seen a laser maybe in a long time destroy something. Well, hey, actually nobody really has seen lasers just constantly being shot off, or to see the chariots come off. That's something that's different.
You know, Russia they created a weapon that they're putting on their fighter jets, where they're going to use lasers to destroy other enemies, like weapons, stuff like that.
Basically, what they're going to do is disable their weaponry by that concentrated fire.
But they also going to try to use it against the Lord and the angels.
And they don't have it for no reason. It's the main reason. Now, when we had old videos that we seen on YouTube where out of space, when you seen chariots floating above the earth, and all you see is a flash, and then the chariot just move over gently, and the laser shoot. Some just shoot right by. It was a laser that they already got that type weapon. I had people, just regular people at my job, tell me dreams. They don't even know why they telling me the dream. It was just a message for them. The dude had a dream that it was he said, I believe he came out of, see where it started at, he came out of church. That's where it started at. And he said he looked in the distance and over the city of Detroit, and all he saw was something dropping like bombs, like flying. Then all of a sudden you see these electric blue things flying over, just flying, and he just seen chaos happen. People, dreams are being sent to people that don't even believe in this thing, man.
Isn't that Joel 2:23?
Dream. You look, the Most High sending messages. I don't know why he came to me with it. He just stopped me. Go bring me. You got more?
It was for you.
Even to that time.
Hold on. And he described. He said it was like triangles, and it was ships. And he said he saw them flying above them with this electric blue, sort of like when you see out in the when you might think it's a star. It's blue. Yeah, it's electric. Go ahead, bro.
Even to that same time, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found in the written in the book.
And that's the elect. That's the election and basically the one third. You know, everyone that's read it again.
Which one?
That one. Just go verse. I mean, just go back and start at the top of that verse.
Okay, okay. And at that time, Michael shall stand up, and the great prince withstandeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Right,
this time is going to be so different. That's why I say the weapon's going to be fought with disobedience. This one's going to be a burning and fueling the fire. Meaning, okay, you used to have the chariots and all that, the tanks and things that came with the battle, got bullets, but this is going to be nuclear. This is going to be the most different thing you have ever seen on earth. You know, because you're going to see multiple different things. You ain't going to just see fighter planes. You're going to see things that come from out of this galaxy that don't even belong, that you don't think belong here, which they were always here to talk about the angels helping us. You know, that's why they had the War of the Worlds. They had all the chariots. Go ahead.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
All the people, that's the election. Election of those so-called niggas that you call them. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites, not the ones over there in Israel. The ones that family got put on these slave ships. These are the real Israelites. And the ones that you put in captivity and sit back over. The ones you call tomahawks or wetbacks. Those are the Israelites who gonna control the whole world and bring it back to the true order that the Most High supposed to have. Go ahead.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall wake, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting shame.
So that's gonna be a long time for the Israelites that put their emphasis on Esau's system. The ones gonna have everlasting shame, meaning it's just gonna be a long time. Because when you see them in the kingdom, they're gonna probably most likely at the beginning or for a while they're gonna look down in shame. For the people that did something against you, you know, because you came out here and prophesied to the people on YouTube that probably gave you the thumbs down and the spirit wouldn't cohabitate or adhere to the word of the Most High. And what they wanted was, all they wanted was to be a scoffer, you know, to the people that was part of camps that turned their back and now they got new revelation doctrines and shit, you know. Now, you know, to change the doctrine is you're not in accordance. You know, you can't change this thing because you want to be looked at as somebody who's deep. Blasphemy. Yeah, blasphemy. You know, it ain't about nobody trying to be deep. The apostles ain't even trying to. They can't help it. The spirit is on them. You know, and you take it. Yeah, go ahead, keep it.
Okay, and everlasting contempt. They that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they turn many to righteousness.
God. And the ones that are turning many to righteousness right now, you know, the apostles of Greatmillstone on down, you know, the Akim that are pushing that truth, man. You know, other Akim that are now within Greatmillstone, but they're teaching everything that's in alignment to what we teach, because what we teach is the truth. When you analyze, you know, this thoroughly, if the Most High gave you any form of understanding, you know, because understanding isn't imparted to everybody. It's only given it to certain people, you know. But a time of trouble is coming, you know, to this place. And guess what? In that time of trouble, Michael the Archangel is going to stand up. He's going to fight for the elect, as well as Yahushua is going to fight for it. So what do we have to fear? Why do we have to fear Esau and all of the violence that he had prepared for us? All of those different devices that he's devised against us in secret, you know? Because Esau already knows. He watches our videos, and he already got us marked to come after us, you know? He already knows about Greatmillstone Detroit, man. He already knows about all of the other camps where brothers are pushing the truth heavy and speaking out against him. So he knows that when he's ready to perform his agenda and the economy collapse, who to come after? Because we're his greatest threat. We have the truth on our side, man. So when he comes after us and he's bringing all of that violence, you know, we're not gonna fear. We're gonna put our trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
We're gonna put our trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because we know that we got power, that power that isn't seen right now, but is gonna be seen. You know, the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is about to be revealed, man. And that's his son. His son gonna come in those clouds. Hey, but the scripture said that the angels of the Lord encamp around those that fear him. And we fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Last week you had the young Jake saying that they don't fear him. And you had other people saying that they don't fear him. That's because they don't know Yahweh like we know Yahweh, man. You know, they don't know those great things that our Lord can do. You know, somebody got the Apocrypha? Baba Kashad. I'm gonna read this in Ecclesiastes, the 36th chapter. And this is started from that's like, yes, the 35th. Yeah, this is